All right, everyone. So today I wanted to share with you guys a huge mistake that I just made. And now that I finally understand why this is a mistake, I wanted to make sure to give you guys this information so that you don't make the same mistake that I did. And for the longest time, I was super confused at other people saying, run the tower on your alt character first before you do it on your main character, because you're thinking about it and it should be the opposite. Why would you ever run the tower on an alt character first and get the better rewards on your alt, and then run it on your main character and get the lesser rewards on your main character? When you think about it, it doesn't really make any sense. But when you actually understand how the tower works and how the rewards from the tower work, you'll understand why what people have been saying is actually correct. You want to run the tower on your alt character first as high as you can. Now, I understand that alts are not going to be as strong as your main. That's okay. Just run as high as you can on your alt, get to the highest floor that you can, and then swap over to your main character and then run the tower on your main character afterwards. And let me explain the breakdown here of exactly why you want to do this, because as you hear this, you might be confused and you might be like, that doesn't make any sense. Why would I do it that way? Why would I not run it on my main first? That's exactly what I was thinking, and let me break it down here so that you understand and don't make the same mistake that I did. So the tower, if you're wondering what the tower is, you'll unlock this when you end up getting to Vern at around level 50 or so. I don't know exactly when it unlocks, but around the time that you get to Vern. And there's 50 floors in this tower here. And as the tower floors get higher, the difficulty is going to get higher, but the rewards are also going to get better. And you can see on the right side here, these are all the rewards that you get from the tower. But very importantly here, these are the rewards that you get for the first time clear on your roster, so that's on your account for the server. And you can see, don't get me wrong, this is really good stuff. This is incredibly useful, but there's a couple of things to take note of here. So you can see that you get some legendary to uncommon card packs. You get some permanent stat boost potions, which, by the way, these are account bound. So all your characters are going to get this. All your characters on the server are going to get these stats. You get some engraving recipes, really good stuff. Like, this stuff is fantastic and super useful for your account progress. But the things to note here are, number one, all this stuff is bound to roster. So you can actually move this over using your roster storage. If you actually go to your storage and you go to the left side, you can move over all this stuff using this roster storage. So you can move it from your alts to your main and vice versa. And number two, notice that even though all this stuff is really good, notice the lack of any kind of enhancement materials. All the stuff that you need in order to hone your gear. There's no destruction stones, there's no guardian stones, there's no leap stones, and of course, very importantly, the thing that I think people currently find themselves the most limited on when it comes to moving their gear from tier 1 to tier 2, there's no harmony shards. Even me, right now, I am almost out of harmony shards. I find myself doing whatever I can right now to try to get more harmony shards, and that's exactly what you want to do. You want to do anything that you can right now from moving from tier 1 to tier 2 to get more harmony shards, because you're just going to find yourself so limited on these and you need so many to upgrade your gear. Do whatever you can to find more sources of harmony shards. And while these rewards are really nice, there are no harmony shards here. This is all other stuff besides stuff to upgrade your gear. So I'm going to say this again before I swap characters. These are the rewards here that you get for the first time clear on your roster. That's your account for the server. These are the first time rewards. There's no enhancement materials, and all this stuff is bound to roster, so you can move it through the storage. Now I'm going to switch over to an alt. Even though I already made the mistake, you guys, I don't want you making the same mistake here. So this is my main character, and I already ran the tower up through floor 24, and I already got these rewards on my main character. Let's just pretend that this is an alt, right? Just for the video, just for explanation purposes, pretend that this is an alt, and I just did the tower up through floor 24 on my alt character, and I just claimed all this stuff on my alt. And because this is bound to roster, I can just move it over through the account storage and move it over to my main character, no problem. Now let's switch characters to what is actually my alt, but let's just pretend that this is your main character, right? And this is the way that you want to do it. You want to do the tower on your alt character first, and then you want to do it on your main character. And again, your alt is not going to be as strong. You're not going to get to as high of a floor as you can on your main character. Don't let that hold you back from doing this the right way. Still, even if you can't get to as high of a floor on your alt character, you absolutely 100% want to do it on your alt first, as high of a floor as you can. Ideally, up to floor 24, but if you can't get that high on your alts, I know that's going to be a bit of a challenge. That's okay. Just get to as high of a floor as you can on your alt before swapping over to your main. So let's just pretend now that this is my main character, and you'll take a look at the rewards in the tower and you'll see that they are completely different. And there's a couple of important things to note here. Now, number one, the rewards are just completely different, right? They're different than the ones that I got. Those previous rewards were one time per roster per server. These rewards now are for the second time clear. And important to note is obviously we're looking at a lot of upgrade materials. You can see all the Harmony Shard bags that you're going to get, every single one of these, and these are the easy floors. So you shouldn't have too much of a problem clearing these floors on your alt character first, where you're getting the other rewards. And then because you've already cleared it on your alt character, now you can come back on your main character where you really, really want to get those Harmony Shards, because you're going to be super, super limited, including myself. You're always going to want more Harmony Shards. Now you go over to your main character where the floors have already been cleared, and now you're getting these Harmony Shard bags on your main character. So you can see Harmony Shards, Leap Stones, floor 5, you get 5 of these bags. That's 5,000 Harmony Shards. That's a decent chunk right there. Guardian Stones, which are tier 1 armor upgrade stones, more Leap Stones. Look at that, 30 Leap Stones for floor 10. That's a lot of Leap Stones. That's going to be super, super useful for progressing and moving your gear from tier 1 to tier 2. And just overall, you can see that the rewards up through floor 24. Very important. That's kind of the break point. It's unlikely that you're going to be able to get to this floor on your alt. If you can, you're an absolute champion. You're a mad lad. Well done. That's the floor that you really want to aim for if you can on your alt. But even if you can't get there, as high as you possibly can on your alt character first, because now you go back to your main character and you do it again, and the second time rewards, even though the game values those rewards as lesser compared to the stuff that you get before, very importantly, you're getting useful enhancement materials on your main character. And second of all, and I really want to emphasize this stuff is all bound to the character that you get it on. You can see binds when obtained. All the second time subsequent completion runs are all bound, whereas the stuff that I actually showed before, those rewards are bound to roster. You can actually use the account storage to move that stuff over. So even though you end up getting all those rewards, the first time rewards and the rewards the game actually considers to be more valuable, even though you're getting them on an alt character, it's not like they're stuck on the alt character, because those are still really useful items for your account. You're going to use those engraving recipes, you're going to use those card packs, but you can always just use the account storage, move them over to your main character, and basically you get both the secondary completion rewards on your main character, and you can get the first rewards just using the roster storage. You can also use those on your main character as well. So this is a perfect example of using your alt to really min-max and get the best possible progression on your main character that you possibly can. And this is why, even though it sounds really confusing when you hear it at first, run the tower on your alt character first. You know, at first glance, again, I was like, that makes no sense at all. I didn't listen to that advice. I did it my way, and it turns out that my way was incorrect. And now that I actually understand why you want to do it on your alt character first, hopefully I was able to break this down for you guys so that you understand why you want to do it this way instead. So I just wanted to get this out there. I know there's been a lot of videos lately. I appreciate all the insane amount of support. Thank you guys so much for all the new subs, all the likes on the video, all the comments, and just all the positivity. You guys have been absolutely awesome. And I know this is another video out in a relatively short period of time, but again, this is a time-sensitive one. I felt like that the sooner that I'm able to put something out like this out there, the less people are going to make the same mistake that I did and run the tower on their main character first. So I hope that you guys are able to use this. Hopefully you learned a bit. Hopefully it helped out. Keep on playing Lost Ark. Keep on your progress. And that's going to be about it for this video. So have a fantastic day, everyone. Night, afternoon, wherever you are, whatever time you're watching. Take it easy, and until next time.